This is one of the last DanDaDan Thursdays until 2025, and I have to say I'm kind of disappointed with this episode, to be honest. The battle of love between Gigi and Okarun is still going, and it still has a fiery pit inside Okarun's heart. And this time he says, I'm not gonna back down, I'm not gonna give up, I'm gonna stand up and fight. And he's kicking up dust in Granny Seiko's room, so she tells him to chill out. It's cool to see how much Okarun actually fights for Miss ISA in this episode. You could tell his emotions were definitely getting the better of him, but he stood his ground, I feel like. I think it would have been way better if we sent Ira on this trip too, so they both could get jealous at the same time. That would be pure comedy, you know? Ira doing some bullshit, and then ISA getting jealous, and then, you know, vice versa for Gigi. That would have been pure comedy, I promise you. It's also good to see the certain things that are going on with the side characters, like Taro and his girl. Yeah, that's fire too. I never see myself getting too deep into the comedy aspects because the subtle foreshadowing in this episode was kind of crazy. I mean, even with Gigi and Miss ISA's house, you can see the demon that is at his house kind of eating away at him, or kind of, he's definitely not letting him get any sleep. And it's almost in a way that the demon is saying to him, like, I know you're coming back. I know you're on the way. And that, just like it creeped out Gigi in that moment, it creeped me out as well, because I could kind of feel what the demon was saying to him, you know? In this episode, we get to learn more about Gigi and learn more about how Okarun actually feels about Momo. If he really actually loves her, which we obviously know he does, but they go into detail about why they're better in a certain aspect of loving her. Like, Gigi said, I'm her childhood best friend, so I win. And then Okarun gets a flashback of him kissing ISA on accident, and he's like, I win, but he doesn't really say why he wins. And Gigi's like, oh, you didn't even say anything. Why do you win? What tops being a childhood best friend? And he almost says, because you never mind. Moments like that in this show just make it a 10 out of 10 in my book, I'm not gonna lie. And then we get to a scene that makes me way more uncomfortable than the first episode or the Naked and Afraid episode ever could. Momo literally is full barren nude here. And these grown ass men, yo, there's no way that there isn't gonna be some think piece on the Twitter about this, because this is actually insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, she's full throttle getting attacked while she's naked. That has to be some crime. Well, I believe it is in several states. And that's it. As a source reader, this is a crazy point to end it off at. I felt like it was a very lackluster part to end it off at. I kind of wish I was an anime reader so I could get the feeling of being an anime reader. What am I talking about? I wish I was an anime watcher so I could get the feeling of what they would feel in this moment. Because if I had known nothing about the manga, would I still feel the same way that I feel right now? How do you guys, as an anime watcher or anime only, how do you feel about this? Because I felt like it just ended randomly. I feel like I can definitely say DanDaDan is one of those shows that the minutes just fly, bro. I can have so much fun with the romance and with the comedy that I don't even realize that I've watched a whole episode of DanDaDan. So when it got to the ending, I was like, huh? That's it? That's where we're ending? Like, what are we, there has to be more, you know? I feel like they could have added a little, you know, 8 more minutes onto this episode and give us where it should have really ended. I don't know when they're gonna pick up DanDaDan in 2025. I will say it is coming literally next year, and this year is literally almost over. It's December already in this year. Crazy, right? But anyways, it is December, so maybe it's gonna spark back up in January, or maybe it's gonna spark back up in, you know, early of 2025. I don't know when exactly in 2025, but I know at least it's next year that we're getting more DanDaDan, and I couldn't be happier about that, because as a ReZero fan, it always takes us like 4 years to get to another fucking season. So I'm happy to see there's gonna be more DanDaDan immediately, you know. But for this episode, I felt like it ended. It just ended. I mean, like, and I wish there was more to say about that. I feel like they could have went more in detail about Gigi's ghost or whatever he's battling. The scene they chose to end it on just made me feel very uneasy. I know there's gonna be several think pieces on that. There has to be. There's no way they're gonna let that slide. Like, she's literally getting pinned down by some grown men while she's buck nude in the hot springs. There's no way there's zero way that somebody isn't gonna say something crazy about that. I mean, we said something crazy about the first ever episode, and then the episode where they were fighting the water monsters and Okarun was naked and ISA was in her underwear, and so was Ira. So I know for a fact there will be somebody to say something about this episode. There has to be. I'm full expecting it. But in terms of like everything else in this episode, I mean, the comedy with Taro and his girlfriend was pretty cool. Kissing her all up until 9 in the morning, having Miss Momo, I don't know why I'm calling her Miss Momo, but anyways, having Momo on the ground waiting on this guy, and she just wakes up to him kissing her girlfriend. That's funny as hell. And then we got Gigi and Okarun battling with words or battling through soccer about who loves Momo more. And then like them breaking open the wall and finding that the room that somehow Gigi's parents didn't notice, and Gigi himself, who's been living there since he was, I don't even know, like for some years at least, they've been living in this house. And they also couldn't tell there was something up with this house when they went up those several flights of stairs. I feel like if there's more than a skyscraper level of stairs going to my house, I feel like something is wrong. Maybe because I'm just a fat ass, but I don't know. I feel like after the first 80 set of stairs, I'm like, you know, this is something ain't right about this house, man. It's some kind of off with this house. Especially if there's monsters and demons there. But you know, that's just my take on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weird one. Maybe I'm just fat and lazy and I don't want to walk up 80 sets of stairs. But I feel like if there was 80 sets of stairs, I would know something is wrong. There was definitely a lot of subtle foreshadowing in this episode. It set up a lot of things to come when the series actually comes back. It actually, I feel like with this episode ending how it ended, when season 2 comes like back, it's gonna slide right into it. Like, it's not gonna be any like stopgap in between the two. Like normally seasons end and then it's like a superheroic moment, or like them standing in the sunset looking off in the distance, or something of that nature. I'm kind of happy it didn't end like that, but at the same time it kind of left me literally like, when this episode ended, I said, huh? That's it? Like, I dead ass said that. And with the way that it ended, it definitely left a lot to be desired. But at the same time, with the way that it ended, it can go straight into the next season. And hopefully the next season of DanDaDan comes out pretty fast, so we don't have to wait on it. And we don't have to deal with the last episode of people talking about it for eons and eons and eons. But you know how these anime studios work. I think so. I haven't seen anything else by Science Sorrow that I can put into my brain. So I don't know. Maybe they'll be very fast and very efficient. They did really good on the animation in this season. And I'm really loving the fact that DanDaDan even exists in anime, because reading it in the manga is so much stuff that I can't wait to see animated. But how do you guys feel about this episode of DanDaDan? And how do you guys feel about the fact that DanDaDan's over until next year? Like, we won't have DanDaDan Thursday for a hot minute. I mean, this year is almost over. Like, it's dead as the 19th. That's crazy in itself. I don't know how to feel about that, you know? like time is moving quick. Anyways, but how do you guys feel about that? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and hit the little bell. Just show me some extra love. And other than that, I have nothing else to say, but thank you for watching this video. And I mean, as much as I'd like to add more to this video as it's ending, I don't have anything to say. I'm gonna miss DanDaDan, man. I'm gonna miss DanDaDan. With ReZero ending, this is one of my go-to shows, and now that it's over, I don't know. What do you guys want me to talk about from now on, man? I truly don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this. I'll catch you the next time DanDaDan's around, and yeah, peace.